All right, so we'll go ahead.
No, he's doing a mock trial.
We'll go ahead and get started just for time's sake. But Jen and I were talking, we talk all the time, and we were like, we need to get our teams together more. We're going to be together at Summit. And so we just thought maybe once a month, if not twice a month, however many times you all want to, just to get us together just for the community part and for the sake of some of you all, my coaches, might learn something from Jenna that I haven't said, or she says it in a different way, and vice versa. Hopefully her coaches can learn something from me as well. So the main point of tonight's call, since Jenna and I got to go to NLC together, we kind of wanted to share just some of the main things that we learned, because everything that we learned, can work for you all in your businesses too. So we definitely want to share anything and everything. And then also just give you a few tips and tricks, because it is Teen Cup month. So we definitely want to help you all with hitting Success Club and being successful this month. So I'm going to start it out. I want to hit some of the high points. NLC was like a whirlwind, honestly. It came and it went, and I blinked and it was gone. Just a lot of information, but everything was very helpful and very encouraging. So it started out, Carl Dackler, our CEO, kind of kicked it off, and he went about with the whole fear theme. And I think that was a lot of the whole weekend, because it is so, I don't know, so common, especially in women. We can have a lot of fear, and fear is what holds us back so many times from accomplishing those goals that we want to achieve, in our business or in life in particular. And he just started out by saying that fear is not welcomed here. And I definitely want that to be a theme on both of our teams too. I don't want the fear of me personally, the fear of what people think about me, to hold me back from the goals or for the dreams that I have. The fear of failure. There's so many different fears that we can come up with in our mind, and we just have to get in that mindset that fear isn't welcomed here. And I definitely wanted to start off the call by saying that. The second thing that he kind of started out, and I'm in no particular order, I didn't create slides or anything, but the second thing is think helping, not selling. And that's like the whole base of what we do as health and fitness coaches. Is every single person that joins our team or joins us as a challenger, we cannot look at as Success Club numbers or income or anything like that. It's a human, and we need to treat it as helping that person, because that is the core of who we are as health and fitness coaches. And that should be our mission. And if that ever is not our mission, then we need to take a step back, and we need to, rethink what we're doing and our mission as health and fitness coaches. So definitely always stay in that mindset of helping, not selling. And then another thing that goes along with that is we need to think of, what was it that you said, Jenna? Think of help me. I lost my words.
No, it's okay. I think falling in love with the process of growing your business versus falling in love with the results of your business. That was like the number one thing for me personally that really stood out, because I think we get so caught up in rank advancing and, I want to earn the all-inclusive vacation, and I want to earn $5,000 a month, and I want to do this, and I want the rank, and I want Emerald, and I want 10-star. And we can't actually get to those things, and we can't see those results unless we're actually falling deeply, madly passionate in love with the work that it takes to actually get there. And, so just encouraging you to fall in love with the vital behaviors, fall in love with personal development, fall in love with connecting with new people and inviting and following up and really caring about who you're talking to on the other side of your Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger. or emails or whatever. Fall in love with talking to people about this opportunity, about coaching. Fall in love with what you do before expecting yourself to rank advance, before expecting people just sign up left and right. You have to love with what you do, and it has to show through everything that you do, through your social media, through how you talk to people behind the scenes, through just your demeanor when you're at the grocery store even. Like, I just think of this business, it consumes me because I'm so passionate about the impact it has not only on my life, but the impact it has on the people that I get to help. And if there's somewhere even that I go publicly, like the grocery store, I am going to walk with confidence in that grocery store. I'm going to look my cashier in the eye. I'm not going to be on my phone. I am going to just stand with confidence in every area that this business has the opportunity to impact somebody. So that's kind of, I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, and when you were saying that, it just made me think of like those people that you were talking about, or the grocery store or whatever. Like, if they're within 10 feet of you, I'm saying that literally or figuratively, because people out there on social media are not 10 feet from us. But if they're within 10 feet of you, how can I help you achieve your goals? How can I help you achieve your health and fitness goals, or your money back? You know, you've just always got to, you know, think of that mentality and be friendly and, you know, be excited and be passionate. Like she said, be in love with the process and constantly look for those people that you can help. Because when you start to think of it that way and you start to look at it that way, there's going to be so many people out there that you haven't talked to or invited to join you on this opportunity. Because I know so many of us are probably still working some in our warm market. And that's the people that know you, they love you, they're going to support you. So, you know, just always keep that in the back of your mind. Like Jenna said, fall in love with the process and, you know, go look for those people that are 10 feet away from you. Not necessarily, you know, literally, but so that's kind of how Carl kicked off, you know, the weekend with the first talk. And just a few things. Amy Rada was one of the speakers, and she's amazing. If you don't follow her on social media, you should. I definitely think, you know, it helps to follow a few of the top coaches. You know, don't get consumed with it. But I do enjoy seeing how some of the top coaches talk, or how they post, or how they talk on their post, things like that. But a few things that stuck out to me is that not everything's going to go the way that it's planned. Actually, a lot of things are not going to. But in those difficult times, if things don't go as they're planned, that's when leaders step up. That's when, you know, we see leaders rise. That's when, you know, you see me rise to the occasion. If you think about it, leadership is definitely one thing that I know I need to work on, and it's one of my downfalls. And they kind of paved it out really beautifully in saying that, think about like if you're hiking and you're on a hike and you hear something like in the distance, but there's no path. So like maybe you hear a beautiful waterfall, but no one's been there before. There's not a path. So you're like, how do I get there? I hear that waterfall, but like, what's going to happen? Well, the leader is what they're going to do is like start to create that path. So they're going to go towards that waterfall that they hear, and they're going to start making their own path, because when they start making their own path, people are going to follow them. So everything's not going to go according to plan, of course, as we know that. And definitely don't be afraid to step up as a leader, because we need leaders on this team who are also going to, you know, step out and, you know, create that path for others. And then she went in to talk about mindset, which I think, if you don't know Amy's story, last year she started the year as a 5-star, maybe 3, 4, 5-star, something like that in January, and ended the year as a 15-star top 10 coach. So she made a drastic change in her business last year. And, she says it's all about her mindset. That's the main thing that changed was her mind. And she stopped allowing other people to tell her who she was, or what she was going to do or who she was going to be. She let her passion out with her business. She let her passion out without that fear of judgment. And that really hit home to me because as a people pleaser, when I started this business, that was my main concern is what are other people going to think of me? Are they going to, misjudge my heart or my mission as a health and fitness coach? So you've got to let that fear of what other people think out of the way. She gave some tips. I could go on and on. And if you want more on that, I have tons of pages of notes. We just don't have time. But she gave 3 huge tips. The first one is personal development, guys. And if you're not doing personal development, I urge you to start because that is when I personally, too, saw the biggest shift in my business. I looked at personal development as I'm 23 years old. Why do I need personal development? But once I definitely started, working on myself first and committing to 10 to 15 minutes of myself before I can pour into others, I truly saw an amazing shift in my business. So number 1, she says, you've got to do your personal development. Number 2 is share your vision with your team. And, Jenna and I have both tried to do that. And, you need to do that with you. Whether it's you've got one person on your team or you've got challengers or, you want to share your vision with us here tonight, you've got to share that vision and get it out there because when you do that, when you become vulnerable and you tell people about it, it is so much more likely to happen. So, don't be afraid to share your vision with us, with your team, as you start to grow a team yourself. And the third one was to set goals, monthly goals, quarter goals, and then definitely yearly goals. So definitely make sure you're doing that. And then Ali Tessitore talked after that. If you don't know Ali, Ali is Nicolette's success partner. She's great too. She was a 1-star paid diamond last January. 1-star, guys. Ended the year as a 15-star superstar diamond coach by Summit. So in like 6 months, she went from 1-star to 15-star, which is crazy. But she told her story and how she was able to do that. And she preached confidence and belief. And confidence and belief in several different things. First of all, confidence and belief in yourself. Because, guys, if you don't think you can do it, I can't put that confidence into you. I might be able to see it for you, but if you don't have confidence and belief in yourself, then you're going to be stuck where you're at. Okay? You can't have one foot inside the door, saying, "Oh, can I really do this? Is this really going to work? Can it really work?" And one foot saying, "Oh, well, I want to be a future stay-at-home mom. I want to stay at home with my kids. I want to be able to travel and, pay off all my debt." Because if you have one foot inside the door and one foot outside of the door, you're going to stay exactly where you're at for forever. So you've got to just take that step out and truly have full belief and full confidence in yourself. And the second thing is, there's 3 things. Second thing, you've got to have confidence and belief in your team. Okay, so that's in our team, that's in your team as you're building. You've got to have confidence, that you're going to grow a team. If you don't have a team yet and you're telling yourself, well, I'm never going to have a team, I'm never going to find coaches, then you're not. You really won't. So have confidence and belief that your people are out there. They're just waiting on you to come find them. And then the third thing is you've got to have confidence and belief in our mission and in our company. Because if you're not being a product of the product, if you're not getting results, if you don't believe wholeheartedly in our mission to help, inspire other women from the inside out with health and fitness, then, you need to take a step back and you need to think about, how can I gain belief? How can I get confidence? And that's all going to come from getting results yourself and you committing to a program, to the meal plan, seeing results, plugging into our accountability groups, into our sisterhood. And when you start to do those things, you're going to gain confidence and belief because it is guaranteed results. She gave 4 tips on how she went from 1 star to 15 star. And I want to share those tips with you, and then I'll try to flip through and give you just a few more things. But the first thing is affirmations. And if you follow Allie on social media, every single morning she starts her day with her affirmations. And basically what that is goals. Okay. So speed of the leader, speed of the pack. And personally, that's what scares me, because I know as some of your all's leader, the speed that I go at, you're going to follow too. So I know that I need to step my game up so that you all can also step your game up to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So, starting those days with affirming those goals like they've already happened. I am a stay-at-home mom. I am, a stay-at-home wife who is still providing. Whatever it is that you want to do, you've got to talk it and believe it like it's already happened. I am going to speak on stage one day at Summit. Whatever your goals are, talk it, believe it, and start affirming it now, because when you do that, they're going to come into action. And then the number 2 thing was inviting. And Jenna's going to hit in on some of that, but the inviting process, inviting 3 coaches a day. So those are challengers you already have. Those are people that you see on Instagram who are already obsessed with health and fitness. Inviting 3 coaches a day, because that comes down to 90 coaches a month that you're inviting to this coaching opportunity. And just think, all those invites, if you do that for a whole year, how many coaches, how fast your team is going to grow if you stay consistent with that. And then with that came her 3rd step with onboarding new coaches. And the 4th tip was to share her vision, which was similar to what Amy said. And we heard a lot. It's just casting that vision to your team. We're going to talk a little bit about finding your 5. And Jenna and I want to find our 5 too, so she's going to hit on that a little bit. Are there any questions about what I've said so far? The number 1 coach, Ashley Malstead, she was also there. And hers was titled, her talk was titled, Why Not Me? And it was all about, once again, belief in the mindset and mastering your mind. And she's very blunt, I guess. I don't know that I'd call her blunt, but she'll tell you how it is. And she started out her talk and was like, if you're not successful, it's your own fault. And when it comes down to it, yeah, I mean, we are our own bosses. Nicolette is not my boss. I'm not your boss. Jenna's not your boss. If you're not successful in your own business, it comes down, to ourselves. And she said, you've got to make that decision. You've got to make the decision that you're going to achieve your goals. And once you make those decisions, your goals are going to happen. And, it sounds so simple and it sounds so easy, but it all does come down to, belief and confidence in yourself and doing those daily actions, those daily things that we know we have to do to grow our business. And when we do those consistently, then those goals that we have for ourselves are going to come true. She said, I think that this will help some of you all, especially starting out in the beginning of your coaching business. But in the beginning, as we're starting our businesses, it takes more commitment than confidence in the beginning. And that stuck out to me a lot because, it can be discouraging if, the people you're talking to are ghosting you or they're not signing up or whatever. But it's going to take more commitment in the first year or two of your business. And that means showing up when it's hard. That means keep sending the invites even though no one's responding. Okay? It's going to take that commitment to build your confidence in the beginning. So I think that's really crucial to remember. Oh, here's another good thing. You have what it takes. The future hasn't happened yet. You have the ability to create it. So none of us are in the future, right? And sometimes we think, well, maybe the future's already planned out, but it's not. I mean, God does know what's planned for us and all that. But as far as our business goes, like, you have the opportunity to make this business what you want to make it. You can make it as little, you can make it as medium sized or as large as you want to. Go for top 10 coach. The future hasn't happened. You've just got to go create it and make it happen. Believe it's possible. Okay? Believe in that impossible. So there's no way, Javen, you can be a top 10 coach. If I start believing in the impossible, then it's going to become possible. I keep saying, yeah, I'm going to push, I'm going to work. There's no way top 10 can happen. But I keep telling myself that I am a top 10 coach, then it's going to happen, because our mindset is what's going to drive us to our goals that we have, in life, in business, whatever it is. I think that's like some of the high points. I mean, there's different notes, of course, that I took, like technical notes on, Success Club and the business and things like that. But I think, when it comes down to what I took away from, Amy and Allie and Ashley, is our mindset is everything. If we don't believe we can, then it's not going to happen. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to have confidence in yourself, in your team, and in our company. And then you've got to share your vision. You've got to, every single month, share your goals, share your vision with us and with your team. And once those coaches get on board with you and they start having the same mission and the same vision as you, that's when our teams will start to crush and grow and thrive and multiply so quickly. So I definitely think one thing we need to work on is our mindset, and just not let that fear hold us back.
Yeah, I think that's all good. And I was going to share a few of the notes too that I took also, Javen, that I was looking at. But I think going off of what Javen just said about affirmations and setting goals, just make sure that you're setting realistic goals. Like, your goal doesn't have to be top 10 or, this certain amount of star diamond coach. Your goal might be, maybe you just start as a new coach and your goal might just be to get my, product covered every month by earning income and helping, 2 to 3 people every month. That's okay. Speak it though. Like, you don't have to have these humongous goals all the time. And I think that's sometimes what we get caught up in, because, me and Javen might have totally different goals than what you guys might have right now at this point in your coaching career. So make sure that you are, I just encourage you to make that big goal and go for it, but also make the smaller goals that lead up to the bigger goal and do the work that it takes to actually get there. And like I said before, just fall in love with what you're doing. And no matter what, if you're in love with what you're doing, there's just no way that you can't be successful as long as you're consistent with what you're doing. So I wanted to share a couple notes that I took also regarding social media and inviting, and just some really basic tips that I think would really help all of us, because it certainly helped me just remember some of the things on here. But Amy Rada did a whole presentation on how she uses her Instagram as her accountability partner. And I thought that was a really great way to say that, because I think so much we overthink social media. We overthink posting. We overthink, what we're sharing in our stories or whatever it may be. We just overthink it. And I feel like if we kind of switch our mindset when it comes to social media and just think of social media as like, okay, social media, I'm going to treat it as my accountability partner. I'm going to check into it every single day. I'm going to post my vital behaviors. I'm going to share about my story. I'm going to kind of treat it like my journal, kind of my diary. And that like will automatically let people into your life and get to know you. And ultimately, you guys, like as coaches, we want to be able to connect and relate to people. And if you just treated your social media as kind of your outlet and kind of your journal, not that you're gonna like post like your whole like your crap online, don't do that, but I'm just saying like be open and share about your coaching journey, your being a challenger journey from day one, and share every single day. It will help you stay more consistent, and it'll make it just, I think, less daunting, I guess, when it comes to actually posting on your social media, because that is crucial. Like we have to share about our journey. We have to share about our lifestyle, because that's like what we do as coaches. We share to connect. We share to be relatable. So I loved how she said that, and how she shared like from day one of coaching, she started sharing her whole entire coaching journey. Up until where she is now. And so people and her followers have gotten to see her raw, vulnerable from day one, maybe 50 pounds overweight. I'm not saying she was, but maybe that's where you are. You're going to be like starting off your journey. You're going to be starting off not only your health and fitness journey, but your business journey. Share about everything. Share about how you don't know what you're doing with coaching, but you're going to give it your all and you want people to join you. And you're going to want to lock arms with a couple people to just see where this takes you. Like that could be a day one post. Like, let's just do this, you guys. I don't know what I'm doing, but let's do it. And then people can be watching you and seeing how you're expanding your business. You're seeing amazing results in your health and fitness, and your joy comes. You're more positive. You have a better outlook on life. Share all of it. Share all of it, because that's what people are going to see. You never know who's watching you. People are watching you that you have no idea are watching you, and they're going to reach out to you maybe a year into coaching and be like, I've been watching you for a year and I'm ready to join your team. Just think if you had given up 6 months before that. Just think if you had not posted from day one for that whole entire year, you would not know that they were watching you. You would not have a possible rock star coach that wants to join your team, or maybe just a challenger that you can impact in some way. So just think of that when you're sharing. Think of that with your business. Like who are you talking to? Who are you reaching that you just don't even know you're reaching? But it doesn't matter, because if we can at least touch one person with something that we share, it makes it all worth it in this business. So that was kind of cool. And I would encourage, Amy was talking about just like implement what you feel is right to implement at the time of where you're at in your business. Don't feel like you have to implement all of these things that we're telling you. Don't feel like you have to go watch a bunch of training. Don't feel like you have to do everything at once or create this graphic or create that. You don't. So like this is really simple. So only implement what you feel comfortable implementing at this time in your business and your career. Be an avid learner all the time. If you don't know what to post on social media, post about the 4 vital behaviors, personal development. What did you learn in personal development that morning that you read something that motivated you? Share it on your social media. Share an invite. You're inviting people. That's part of the vital behaviors. Recognize some challengers, recognize some of your coaches on your social media, recognize where you're at in your business, and stuff like that. And just constantly sharing your health and fitness journey. Like those are the 4 vital behaviors, you guys. And if you're like, I don't know what to post today, pick one of those things and just post about it and just be real about it. I just like to think of this business as like, it's so simple. I mean, we just overcomplicate it. So, also she was talking about how sometimes as coaches and, us, we are in love with Beachbody, right? I don't know about you, but I am obsessed. I mean, I've been doing these workouts for over 15 years, you guys. So to say I'm obsessed is like an understatement. But not everybody knows about Beachbody. Not everybody is obsessed as much as we are. And so another thing we have to remember too when it comes to social media, when it comes to all this stuff is like, if you think about it, if you take Beachbody out of your life, completely out of your life, take Beachbody out of your life, take fitness out of your life, all of that stuff, who would you be? What would your life look like? Make sure you're posting about those things too. Because I think we sometimes get caught up in, I love Beachbody and you have to join my challenge group and look at this transformation and I'm eating healthy today and here's a picture of my Shakeology. I mean, we get so caught up in that and it just can be too much. It could be too much and people aren't going to they're going to get bored of your posts. They're going to be like, oh, she's just sharing her workout again. Like, I really don't care. So make sure that when you're sharing, you're just not just sharing about Beachbody, which is a crucial part of your life, and this is our business, so we have to. But I encourage you to only share about Beachbody maybe, I don't know, 2 to 3 times a week, honestly. And just the rest of it should just be lifestyle. The rest of it should just be, your positivity, maybe motivating, maybe just telling more of your story. Give a little bit more background about yourself. Be a connector with people, and share more of that. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about what to post to. Like, if you took Beachbody out of your life and out of this picture, what would be left? Post about that, post about the other things in your life, because that's what's going to, help people get to know you a little bit more. Another thing that is, obviously, it's pretty common sense, but don't be perfect all the time. Be relatable and be genuine when you're talking about things on your social media and in your stories. That's what I love about stories, is because you can just be yourself. You can be crazy. People talk to your phone. Don't just post pictures, but talk to your phone. Be yourself. Be genuine. And then don't let people expect. And that kind of goes back to what I just said. But don't let people expect what you're going to do in your stories. Yes. So for me personally, I always post my workout. I always either say good morning or post a quote in the morning. I always take, a sweaty selfie. I always talk about my muscle food. I always put something in about my kids. But those things are great and you want to stay consistent with that, but also share things that are going to be like, oh, what is she doing? When me and Javen went to NLC, my stories blew up because I was doing something different and everybody wanted to watch, and I gained a lot more followers on Instagram. Not a lot, but a little bit more. And, so be kind of unexpected, throw in a dance party if you've never done a dance party before, throw in you singing in your car like Juliet does sometimes, that I just love. Throw in some excitement in your stories, let people get to know you, and, make sure they just don't know what to expect, because they're more likely to click on your story bubble if they are well, I wonder what she's going to do today. So that's just another thing that I thought would be encouraging to you guys. Another thing is sharing your story over and over and over and over and over again. We all have a story. We all have a background. We all have something that we've overcome. We all have struggles. We all have this or that. We all have something that has made us to be the person that we are today. Share your story. Share how you became a coach, why you became a coach. Share, how you overcame depression and anxiety. Share how you grew up and why you are the way you are today, but because of something, this changed. Share your story constantly. It never gets old when you share your story, because people want to get to know you. Okay, and then another thing, and I'm almost done, you guys. I do tend to talk, so if you have questions, just unmute yourself. But I think too, as new coach, I don't know how many of you guys are brand new coaches, but I think it helps to lower the barrier as a new coach. If you have coaches joining your team and you're okay, you should do this training and you should do this and you have to do this and this and this, it will be so overwhelming. And another coach that was speaking is Kasha Fitzgerald? Keisha. I don't know. I was going to say Cassia, but I knew that was wrong.
Keisha Fitzgerald.
Teacher, help me. So, but she was a really awesome coach. She had a lot of energy, but I think it goes back again. We overcomplicate things. And I think sometimes if we're overcomplicating it and we onboard coaches on our team, we're going to probably tell them to do all this stuff and it's going to make them overcomplicate it. So I think just encouraging, just don't overcomplicate. And as a new coach, literally invite and help 2 to 3 people a month in your first couple weeks. Get them signed up with exactly what you signed up with. Don't overthink challenge packs. Post a little bit on your social media. Share your story. I think those are like the basic things that we just need to think about. Even as a veteran coach, like just do those things and you're moving your business forward. Fall in love with the process of coaching like I already talked about. I think it's really important that we show when and how we are working our business. I think sometimes we get caught up in showing so much of our workouts and yay, we love coaching and yay, it's awesome and yay. But behind the scenes, people don't know really what's going on. And I think, what she was talking about is like people need to know that it takes a lot of work. And so we need to make sure we're not just talking about like the amazing, exciting things about coaching and it's so much fun, it's so much freedom and I get to stay home. But share like how you're working. Share the pockets of time you're working. And that's a great way to share something in your stories. Like share that you're doing a power hour and you can be like, like Larissa today, she was like, anybody can do this. My kids aren't napping. They're throwing things in my face. And I just sent out a couple messages in 5 minutes. Like this is what mom hustle looks like. That's perfection. People want that real life. Oh, she's like not on her phone all the time. She's still taking care of her kids, but she's able to grow her business. People want to see that. And I think that's really cool. Okay. Another thing that stood out to me that she said was in our stories, I tend to do this a lot, but using the phrase like, you guys, like, oh my gosh, you guys, you got to check this out, you guys. And she said, instead of saying like, you guys, try to change your verbiage and say, oh my gosh, girl, or hey, you out there, like pinpoint specific people. I thought that was just like a very basic tip, but I was like, that could kind of change like how people are like hearing what I'm saying. So I'm really like pinpointing one specific person out there instead of thinking that I'm talking to a whole bunch of people. I don't know if that makes sense, but I kind of like that. And yeah, Javen already talked about that. What you post about is what you attract. Take it in, okay? Just take it in. If you're constantly posting about, oh, I'm so depressed. I'm so glad I did this workout, but I'm really depressed. Or I don't know what it is. That was like an example that just popped in my head. If you're constantly posting about that, you're going to probably attract depressed people, right? That are like, oh, I really want to do this, but I don't know if I can do it. So you post about what you want to attract. So think about how your verbiage is coming across. Yes, you can post about how you overcame depression and anxiety and like, this is something you struggle with and this is my story and I am like, these programs are helping. Post about that, but be careful that you're like attracting the people that you really, really want to attract and not the people that, whatever. That was just something that I wrote down here. Talk about Beachbody from a fitness and a business standpoint. Don't forget about the business side. And then this is something else I thought was really cool. She gave a suggestion to like take a journal, and this helps with posting. So she said, okay, ask yourself these questions and create your perfect person and write these things down in a journal. And she said to ask yourself this. Who is that person that you'd be most excited to connect with? Who would that be? What does that even look like? For me, that would be a stay-at-home mom who loves fitness, who feels like she has no purpose and passion and feels like the walls are closing in on her. I want to talk to that person. Like, that's my person. I know I can connect with her because that's who I was. Why would they be scared to join us? Think about the reasons that you were scared maybe to join this team or sign up with a challenge pack. Write down those things. What would their lifestyle look like? Like, what would they like to do? Are they a mom? Did they just get married? Are they engaged? Like, what is their lifestyle? Do they work out? Are they like never worked out in their life? Like, who can you relate to because of your lifestyle? What might hold them back? You know, so ask yourself these things. What are they interested in? And create the perfect person. And it might just be you. You might be talking about you. But when you actually write those things down, you can actually craft posts and sharing your stories, talking to that specific person. Like thinking about the fears that held you back or that might hold your perfect person in your head back, and trump them. Trump the objections in your posts, in your social media, the way you talk to people behind the scenes. So I thought that was pretty cool to like kind of craft your person. And then blah, 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 like I said. Did you become a blah, blah, blah. Okay. Focus. Another thing, now take this in, you guys. Focus on being interested, not being interesting. That was like a big one for me because I think we tend to focus on why we are so interesting and why what we do is awesome and why, you know, we love this, instead of being interested in what other people might, you know, be interested in and what they struggle with and their fears and stuff like that. Get to know the people, you guys. Get to know the people that you're talking to. Okay. Some turnoffs. I'm almost done, you guys. Some turnoffs I think I want to bring up too is, and this kind of goes mainly on behind the scenes messaging, but some turnoffs are obviously, like I just said, talking too much about ourselves. That's really a turnoff. Like, it doesn't make the other person feel like you really care about them. Another one is bashing other companies. Like if somebody says, oh, I do It Works and I really like the shakes, I would not say, oh my gosh, do you know what's in those shakes? Like, are you serious? Do you really like those? Like, I have done my research and I know that this and this and this, like that would be a major turnoff, right? Absolutely not. But I think sometimes our tendency is to do that. Like, that's for sure my tendency. If somebody says that they do something and I know that it's just not the healthiest thing to do for themselves, or it's not serving them in a positive way, just make sure that you're very understanding and stuff like that. Don't be too vague. Make your intentions clear. Say that you're a Beachbody coach. Like, don't hide things. Be clear about that. I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, so I think that's all I really wanted to talk about. And is there anything else you wanted to add to all of that before I talk about a little bit about Success Club, Javen? Okay.
Nope, you hit all the other high points.
Okay, perfect. So this isn't going to be too long. I say that every time, but all my coaches on here, you guys know that I could literally talk for like 2 hours, but I won't do that to you. So, okay, so I want to talk a little bit about Success Club. You guys all know, or all should know, hopefully, what Success Club is and why it's important. And we talk about it constantly. So I don't want to just like keep digging and like this, like why we're Success Club, you guys, you need to do this and you need to do that. That's not my intention here, but I do like to remind, and I need the reminder too, like we need to remind ourselves what's the most basic thing that's going to move our business forward, no matter what comes at us in our business, no matter what. It's hitting Success Club. Hitting Success Club simply means that we're helping people. It simply means that we're moving our business forward. It's not because Success Club, it's because our job as a coach is to help people. And Success Club just determines and measures how many people we're helping. And there's so many rewards and recognitions behind Success Club. I just really feel like just keep it in the front of your mind. If you're having a bad month, if you're going through a crazy time in your life, if you're not able to, you know, watch trainings or do anything besides, I'm just going to hit Success Club this month. That's all I can do. That's all I can focus on. Do that. If you do that, you're moving your business forward. If you are making it like, well, I might hit Success Club this month, but it's not really a big deal, or oh, dang it, I missed it again. I guess I'll just do it next month. Stop doing that. It's just like Javen said. It's like if you don't have your head in the game and if you have 1 foot out and 1 foot in, I mean, you might as well be out. Let's just be honest. This is just some real talk. This business works if you work. And you can measure your work and the amount of work that you're putting in by Success Club points. If people are not signing up with a challenge pack and you're not moving forward by hitting Success Club, most likely we're just not doing enough in our business to actually move it forward. So if you're thinking to yourself, well, I invite every single day. Well, how many invites are you really doing every single day? Is that like 2, 3? It's definitely not enough. Brittany Leggett said on a call or a video today or yesterday, she said, if you want to hit Success Club every month and you really want to work your business towards Success Club, there must be at least 30 invites per day to get maybe 3 yeses, maybe 3 maybes. Now, I'm not saying that you guys have to go send out 30 invites a day. I'm just saying it takes that much work in order for people to trust you, for you to add value to people, for people to see that you're going to stay consistent, and for you to build the connections consistently to go into next month, and the month after that. So don't think that Success Club, it's not always easy, but it's definitely simple. And I think if we go into it with like, okay, I'm going to help 3 or more people every single month, and I'm just going to start there. That's my first goal. Hit it every single month and make it non-negotiable. Obviously, it moves your business forward. It should be accomplished before anything else. I always try to hit Success Club by the 10th of the month, every single month, and I make it non-negotiable. That way I can work on other things besides hitting higher Success Club numbers and moving my business forward the rest of the month. It's our job, you guys, to hit Success Club. I was telling my team a little bit when I was live in my team page that if we say I'm your boss and I hired you and I said, okay, your job is just to help 3 or more people per month invest in a challenge pack. That's just your job. And if you can't really meet it, you're fired. So if you think about that, now this is not like realistic, you guys, and this is not happening. But if you think about this as your job and I hired you or Javen hired you and you didn't have Success Club, sorry, you didn't do your job. So you're not moving your business forward. So I'm sorry, but I have to let you go. Like, go into the mindset of that. Now, we're not saying that I'm your boss. Javen's not your boss, you guys, but this is your business. And if you have that mindset of, okay, this is my job. If I'm not going to do it, then I'm not going to go anywhere, or I am going to get booted, So treat this like your job, like a real full-time or part-time job that you actually have to apply for, and it will end up turning into a really successful career for yourself. Obviously Success Club guarantees you all-inclusive vacations. If you hit it every single month, guaranteed, you guys, guaranteed. If you hit Success Club every month, you will earn an all-inclusive vacation. Why not hit Success Club every single month and help some people with their health and fitness goals? There's so many rewards. If you're a new coach, you can earn tickets to Summit your first 3 months as a coach, hitting Success Club every month for your first 3 months. It helps you move up in rank. It helps you achieve your goals. It increases your income. It provides consistency in your business. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Make Success Club non-negotiable. You will stay consistent in your business. You will thrive. You will onboard coaches. You will have more followers. You will be helping a lot more people. So something that me and Javen were talking about too is we want to create a little, I don't know how to put it, Javen. We want to build up leaders.
Before you say that.
Yeah.
You did mention how like Success Clubs are non-negotiable, and they said that a lot at NLC. Like the leaders, when they were talking, they were like, when you got started as a new coach, like what are some things? And it was always Success Club is a non-negotiable. And if you look at Jenna and myself, and when we started almost 2 years ago, the first thing that we did was make Success Club a non-negotiable. And we haven't missed it since because we made it a non-negotiable. And they kept saying, the weekend in LA that, if you're not hitting Success Club, like we assume you all are on this team call, like you want to be business building coaches. The people who maybe aren't, like, you're a business building coach. You're on this team call. If you're not hitting Success Club, you're a hobby coach. And that might sound tough, but it's the fact because of what Jenna just said. If you're helping 3 people a month, you have a business. You are growing your business. It's our job to help people in their health and fitness. And if you're not achieving that, like she said, you're fired, not technically. But if you're not hitting that Success Club, then it really boils down to you're treating it like a hobby instead of treating it like a business. Technically, is what that comes down to. Not saying that you want to be a hobby coach or that you didn't have a hard month, maybe in your family or whatever the case might be, but if you're not hitting Success Club, at least Success Club 5, are you really treating it like a business?
Yeah.
That might sound tough. I don't know. I'm sorry if that was tough love, but
no,
it comes from a place of I've been there. I've been a beginning coach, and I chose to make Success Club a non-negotiable. And I know when you make that decision to make Success Club a non-negotiable, your business will achieve those goals that you want to achieve when you keep pushing.
Yeah, and that it goes back to you guys, like me and Javen, we've talked to all of you guys about your goals for your business, your health and fitness goals, your goals for, that you want to see come true with this business. And it's not our job to, drag you with us or push you towards the goals, but it's our job to hold you accountable. And it's our job to provide mentorship and leadership for you to be able to hit the goals that you have. And I hope that you guys hear our heart on this, that, if you don't want it, that's okay. But if you want it, we want to see you achieve it. And we want to see you working hard for it because we believe in you 100%, but you have to believe in yourself 100% in order for you guys to move up and to, grow and to see these Success Club numbers happen. So, in saying all that, we want to bring up leaders. We want to, and I think sometimes, having a little challenge or having something that's exclusive that you actually have to work for, it really helps us kind of step up our game and create a little FOMO, fear of missing out, for those who don't know what FOMO is. Like I didn't know 2 months ago because I'm 30, okay, and I'm a mom. Anyways, but we want to create that FOMO, that sense of, oh my gosh, I'm missing out on something exclusive. I better start hitting Success Club numbers. I better start stepping up in my inviting. I better start doing this and that to be able to, obviously grow your business, but obviously be a part of things that me and Javen want to actually do for you. So what we were talking about is whoever hits Success Club this month, the month of February, we have 7 days left, 7 days. Let's just say we have a week left in the month, you guys. You can help 3 people in a week. Let's just be honest. You can totally do that. Okay. It's not unrealistic. I've done it in a day because I was a procrastinator, and sometimes you just do that and you got to do what you got to do, but you still hit it. But we want to put together a group of leaders into a separate messenger pod with me and Javen and some leaders that are really showing up to their business and really hitting Success Club consistently. And we want to pour into you as much as we can because we believe that you're doing the work that it takes to get there. And I'm not saying that those who aren't hitting Success Club aren't doing the work. I'm not saying that. But Success Club shows a lot about your priorities in your business And that's kind of like a measurable, attainable thing that me and Javen can go off of as far as how serious you are about coaching, how serious you are about being a part of this team and moving your business forward. So that's what we want to do. We want whoever hit Success Club this month, doesn't matter what number, hit Success Club. We want to take you guys and we want to pour into you a little bit more. We want to have more of an exclusive, not that we're separating teams or whatever, but we want to have that like more of a leadership message pod where we can share a little bit more about specific things to move forward. And that way, you know, if you start hitting Success Club consistently, you'll be added to our message pod and we'll be able to like, it's kind of like a graduation almost. And I don't know if that's the right way to put it, but I hope that makes sense, you guys. Does that sound good, Javen? Is that like what you would say?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the whole point of, like I said earlier, like I know leadership is my downfall, but I can't pour a little bit of myself into my 30 coaches. You know, like I need to pour more of myself into my leaders. And, you know, they talked a lot about that at New Leadership Conference because those top coaches, they have hundreds of coaches, you know, but they're only 15 star because out of those hundreds and hundreds of coaches, they have 15 leaders. So we're just trying to see who our leaders are and who is going to get more of our time and more of our effort, because I don't want to spread myself so thin and not everyone gets what they deserve. You know, my leaders need to get more of my time and more of my one-on-one calls with me, if that makes sense. You know, I need to know where to put, Jenna needs to know where to put her time and her effort. And like she said, I'm not there for your power hour. I'm not there to see if you're really working your business. The best way for me to see that you're doing your vitals, you're showing up to your business every single day, is if you're hitting Success Club. And, you know, it all comes down, you know, when Jenna and I started, I go back to it, but we didn't have that leadership. I mean, Nicolette is great, and I'm not bashing her, but I mean, if I needed help, I went to her and I asked her a question. You know, I wasn't getting one-on-one calls all the time to help me, you know, build my business or put into this message pod to, you know, help me grow my business even more. And I need to do a better job of that personally, but I need to know who to lead, if that makes sense. And I think that's going to start help me develop my leadership skills when I know who to pour into and how they need to be poured into. Like, where do they need help with? Things like that.
Yeah, exactly. Did you guys have any questions about that or any thoughts, or anybody want to share their vision?
No questions? We just poured a lot of information. It's like a whole weekend. Here you go. In 1 hour.
I'm meditating on it.
Yeah.
I'm like a retreater. I have to like absorb it, and then I have my stuff. I'm like a Brita filter. I gotta like
let it seep through.
Yeah, I gotta let it seep through first.
And she recorded it too, so you can always go back and rewatch it and take notes if you need to. And the people that weren't on definitely need to watch it and, you know, hear what we have planned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think you guys, there's a lot of information we talked about, and like there's so much good information that we literally were like, we want to share all of this with you. But even if you just take one or two things that we said tonight and you run with it, that's winning. Like, don't feel like you have to say, oh my gosh, okay, I have to post this in my story, and then I have to share this, but then I have to like make sure I do this. Don't do that. Pick out one or two things that stood out from whatever we said. Maybe it was just, okay, I'm going to hit Success Club. That's great. Just do that. Maybe it's, okay, I'm going to start sharing my story more on my social media. That's what I'm going to start doing. Pick that. Pick 1 to 2 things that really stick out with you. Don't get overwhelmed, because that's not our intention. Our intention is not to pour out all this information, expect you to do all these things, and why aren't you doing this? And no, that is never my heart. And I know that's not Jabin's heart, but we do want to just provide you some tips, some tricks, some insight, some encouragement, that will really help you move your business forward, and maybe, just increase, a passion and a love for this business again. Honestly, maybe you've been kind of doing this, but then you're like, oh, it's not really working, or, it's kind of easy to get in that slump. It's easy to get in that kind of that discouragement bubble. But find something that drives you forward. Maybe it's simply follow your nutrition plan. Maybe it's simply like, okay, I'm going to bust out some results. I'm going to start like really honing in on my fitness and really like following my nutrition plan, share about it. And maybe that's going to get you out of your discouragement bubble for sure. Mom, okay, honey.
I can take it. Hi, Capri. All right. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you too much longer. We've been on an hour, but I think we hit the high points that we wanted to cover. And, like Jenna said, you can sit on it and think about it and always come back to our message thread, and use that message thread, guys. That's what it's there for. If you're stuck in a conversation, you don't know how to respond, you don't know if this post is going to sound good, screenshot it, put it in the message thread. That's what it's there for. It's there so that if I can't answer your question because I'm teaching and I can't get back to you immediately, maybe someone in the message thread can, so definitely utilize that more, find success club or success partners and, just run with it, because once you start running, like Jenna said, that passion is there and you're not going to want to stop. So let's take a quick boomerang, because posting on your stories, the business opportunity, right here you go. Thursday night, girls night.
I love it.
All right, you ready, Jenna?
Yes.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Love it.
My husband had to look at me right when we did that. Like, he made it so awkward for me. He like paused the TV and then
He's probably like, "What's a boomerang?"
Yeah, he's like.
That's funny.
Oh,
all right, girls. Well, you all have a great Thursday night. Thanks for hopping on. We love you all. We appreciate
you.
Bye, you guys.
Good night, girls.
Bye.